So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon, and you want to know about yet another one of the 13 distinctive neighborhoods in Bend? Well, look no further than the central neighborhood of Southern Crossing in the heart of it all. We're right here just above the old mill district. We've got the smokestacks right behind us. We've got the mountains on a picturesque bluebird day right here looking on to the west. That's exactly what we're going to be covering in today's video, the Southern Crossing neighborhood. So if that sounds like a video for you, stick around. We're getting after this tour of Southern Crossing right now.
If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad, Bend, Oregon and the surrounding areas, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know what the heck's going on around here. My name is Zach Nutter. This is Ryan Rudloff. We are both licensed brokers with eXp Realty in the state of Oregon. And you know what? We get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to make the move here to Bend, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you and help you make the move here. So with that being said, we are going to tour the Southern Crossing neighborhood. So this is kind of one of the gems of Bend. We've got the old mill, we've got the river, we've got a bunch of great neighborhoods right around here. So we're super excited for today's video. Stick around to the end. We're going to show you some really cool aspects of this neighborhood.
So we're in the heart of Bend right now. This is Southern Crossing here. We are actually going across the Footbridge, the original footbridge of the old mill district from way back in the day when this part of town was literally the mill. Now it's been rezoned. There's all kinds of things going on down here. It's one of the main attractions of Bend, especially in the summertime here in the city limits, where people are floating the river constantly. They're walking, they're out here hanging out by the riverside. There's parks on both sides of the river. There's not a lot of residential area in this particular neighborhood, but there is still plenty of neighborhoods where people live. And that's what we want to highlight today. There are currently 882 acres that comprise this particular neighborhood here. There's 450 registered businesses and over 2,000 tax lots. So it's a small, centrally located neighborhood that is almost as much business as it is residential area. But for those that do live here in the subdivision, it's a pretty unique area. We're very close to the amphitheater. We're very close to the old mill district. Zach's going to touch on a little bit more of the schematics of the neighborhood and the residences here. But again, a very centrally located area that makes up Bend and basically defines what Bend has become.
So that bridge that we just walked over, growing up, there was nothing out here. There's $1 million homes all around us now, but there was nothing here. That was a flat bridge with no rails on the side. We used to come here and jump off that bridge all summer long, swim in the river. Nobody floated the river. Now there's thousands of people that float that river during the day. Pretty amazing space. Right across the way, we're going to show you this amazing neighborhood, Woodriver Village. It used to be all manufactured homes. And now there's $1 million homes in there. It's really close to the old mill. We're close to downtown. But this is the area where all the lumber mills were. So if you imagine Bend when it was incorporated back in the early 1900s, this was a very blue-collar town, and it was mills. So right behind us where you see the big stacks up there, that was a functioning mill. Now it's a shopping center. It's an REI. Place where you can get outdoors, do all that stuff. We've got all the big box stores down here. As Ryan alluded to, there's not a ton of residential around here, but the residential that is here is very desirable because of the proximity there. So we're walking along the river right now. So we've got the Deschutes River. It's one of the absolute stars of the show when it comes to Bend, Oregon. This trail, if you take it from where we're at now, you go all the way down to the furthest bridge that you can go, and then back around. It's about a 3-mile loop. It's one of the major attractions here in Bend. Try to spend at least 2 or 3 trips around the river trail a week. Absolutely love it. But the ability to park in town and then go run, walk, hike, bike, whatever you want to do around. You go out into the forest, the whole thing's along the river is absolutely amazing. So we're going to show you 3 or 4 of the neighborhoods inside the actual subdivisions inside of this neighborhood. We're going to show you some of the commercial areas. So we hope you guys really enjoy this. This is one of our absolute favorite parts of town.
We are maybe 500 feet away from the river, and another 500 feet beyond that is going to be the old mill district. You might be wondering, okay, why is there custom home and then manufactured home, and then another custom home with a mobile home, et cetera, et cetera? Well, this used to be a mobile home park in this direct area here, but we had the Reed Market Road extension go in and get installed back in 2003 or 2004, which basically opened up this entire stretch of land for future development. So what's happened here, this is Woodriver Village, the subdivision that we're in right now, and it was acquired and then rezoned, and here we are now with great location, proximity to the river, the old mill downtown, the gateway to the Cascade Lakes Highway, etc. And so lots would get acquired individually, and then they would get redeveloped and repurposed into custom builds. And so the homes that are actual custom builds themselves probably range in between $1 million and $2 million in value, yet there are still some original owners that still maintain their property here. And so slowly but surely, they're getting acquired and then they get repurposed, they get rebuilt on. And so that's the nature of this unique neighborhood here. We're going right by a park here. My son played his flag football season down here. He practiced here, played games elsewhere. But this is a very interesting location right here because of the central aspect of where it's at right here in Southern Crossing.
So we are, like Ryan said, we're across the street from the river. So this neighborhood is a smorgasbord of different stuff. You know, you have some houses that were built in the 2000s that are nice homes, and then you have some mega houses that were built that you can see the river, you have close access to the old mill, and then you have some of the original homes in here. So a total mix of homes, but some of the most beautiful places you will find in Bend are right here in this neighborhood because of the proximity. So Ryan's right, when they built that Farewell Bend Park, when they created that access over to the Cascade Lakes Highway to the west side of town, it really changed this neighborhood. Absolutely gorgeous homes. We were driving by earlier and there is a house with a pickleball court in the front of it. We just saw another pickleball court over there. A lot of beautiful custom built homes. No two homes in here are the same. So really neat neighborhood. We're gonna show you around. We're gonna get a bunch of B-roll so you can see this neighborhood. It's really cool. There's a ton of old growth juniper trees in here and pine trees. It's just a really neat neighborhood. You feel like you're kind of in the woods here. So we really like this neighborhood. If you love being in the old mill, you love floating the river, it's really close to all of that. So the next thing we're going to show you is probably the Bluffs, which kind of overlooks the whole neighborhood. And then there's another neighborhood over by Blakely Park. So not a ton of residential in here, but what is in here is very desirable because of the proximity to the old mill, the river, downtown. So we're super excited about this video.
Yeah, close to everything. So the gateway to the west side is just a short jaunt to the west from where we're at right now. You can get there without a car in probably 5 or 10 minutes. Same thing with the old mill district. If you love concerts and live music, you can get over there in just a short jaunt as well. If you don't like the noise from the concert, it's probably not the greatest neighborhood, especially in the summertime, because it gets a little loud. The noise trickles up the river and it carries. But ultimately, location is everything right here. So we're going to show you, like Zach said, a couple of the other subdivisions in the Southern Crossing area with the continuation of this video.
So one more thing I'd like to address before we go any further is this is not a mouse on my shirt or Ryan's. So we know the last several videos, the sound quality has not been the best. We're outside trying to show you guys these neighborhoods and stuff. And with the weather changing, with fall coming in, we're getting quite a bit of wind these days. So we just wanted to bring you some better audio quality. So this is our new little microphone friends. We hope you enjoy the better sound quality, but they do look kind of goofy. So, but we're gonna go show you the Bluffs now. We hope you guys are enjoying this video as much as we are. We love spending time on this side of town. All right, so we are now in the Bluffs. We were in
Woodriver Village.
Thank you, Ryan. We're in the Bluffs now, so you go up Reed Market a little bit, and this area right here, these are mostly all townhomes, and there's a unique portion of these that all sit on the outer rim that look west, square at the mountains. Some of the most beautiful views you can get in Bend are some of these townhomes in the Bluffs. So the homes without views, they're right now in the current market, they're somewhere in the $700,000 to $800,000, and they're 1,500 to 2,500 square feet somewhere. But these homes that sit right on the ridge here, $1.2, $1.3 million, because they have gorgeous, gorgeous views. The other nice part about the townhomes that actually sit on the rim here, they have their garages in the front, as opposed to the ones over here that are mostly alley access. Alley access is fine. The only downside is you really never use your front door. You have guests come over, and a lot of times they'll do the street parking and they'll use the front door. But typically, you're gonna park in your garage or in your driveway, and you're gonna access the home through the garage. It's not the end of the world, just you never get to use or see the most beautiful part of your house, which is typically the front. But these houses over here have beautiful views. You overlook the old mill, the river, the mountains. Like, these are some of the most amazing houses. If you're looking for something super turnkey, that's a townhome, it's got a decent HOA. We'll have to look to see what the HOA fee is on these. But if you're looking for something super turnkey, you want to be here for the summers and the fall, but you don't want to be here for the winters, you want to come in, come out, walk and go, this would be an amazing place with views of mountains, the river, everything. Also, some other amazing townhomes that are down on the river. Those range $2 to $3 million, but they're literally, you go out the back and you're right on the path to walk to the old mill, to the river trail, anything you want. So the Bluffs, these townhomes here at the Bluffs are fantastic. We're going to show you some B-roll of these. Absolutely amazing places.
Absolutely. This subdivision, I think, broke ground in the early 2000s. I remember when the first few home sites actually went up and got framed, because the old mill itself was relatively new back in the early 2000s. I think the theater went in there around 1999 or 2000, but it was really cool to see, like, okay, on the perch of a cliff, we've got these townhomes. They look down into the old mill in addition to the west, where the mountains are. But again, it's just the central location of Southern Crossing. That's what it's really all about when we feature this neighborhood today.
So we've showed you 3 neighborhoods. We're going to show you a little bit more of the commercial area that's not in the old mill. It's more west of the river, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, so we are right above Woodriver Village now, right? So Brookswood, if you take Brookswood from the old mill heading south, you'll take a right at Blakely Park, beautiful little park and rec park there, and brings you up here. So these houses, most of these houses were built 60s, 70s, and 80s. A ton of ranch style homes. You don't find many of the original homes that are 2-story. So all single story, longer ranch style homes on good square or good lot sizes, right? So A lot of them are 0.2 of an acre to 0.4 of an acre. Really nice homes. It's kind of a cool feeling up here because you're just a little elevated. A lot of the houses that are on kind of the outer rim of this neighborhood are going to have beautiful mountain views. So something to keep in mind. I mean, most of the houses that are on the interior don't have that. But if you're on the outskirts of the neighborhood, right on that rim, you're going to have some beautiful mountain views. As you can see, as we're walking around, there's a ton of old growth trees. Like, you've got so many pine trees in here. It's fall right now, so I'm kind of mad about pine trees because I've got a ton of trees in my yard. There's so many pine needles everywhere. And like, I've gone out and raked them up 4 or 5 times already. But this is a really neat neighborhood. It's very quiet. Just saw a truck come by. We've got a car coming by us right now, but there's not a ton of traffic up here. The lots are more spaced out, so less owners in here, so you just don't get a ton of traffic. But it's a really neat, sleepy, quiet neighborhood, close to the old mill, close to downtown. Houses in here, I haven't pulled the stats exactly, but I would venture to say they're probably mid-6s to some of the custom builds are probably 1.1, 1.2, just because of the location. It's a fantastic location. It's a very underrated area that not a lot of people know about in Bend.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a quiet neighborhood. It's off the beaten path. It's off of Brookswood, which is a main corridor going north to south. But like Zach said, we're probably 2 minutes from the old mill, right? We're probably 7 minutes from downtown, and we're probably 20 to 23 minutes or so and change up to Mount Bachelor. It's centrally located. That's what the Southern Crossing neighborhood really is all about. Its location. It's right in the heart of it all, and it's right down by the river too. So
we're on McClellan. So if you're looking on the map, you want to look for McClellan. This is, like we said, it's a neighborhood nobody talks about, but this is an area that I personally would love to live. You're in the heart of everything, but you feel like you're in the woods. Like, I feel like I could pitch a tent up here or bring my RV in and camp out for a week. It's a really cool space. So this area of town is really cool. We need to look up, I don't even know what this subdivision name is. So before we start recording again, we will tell you what this subdivision's name is. Okay, so we just looked it up. As promised, we wanted to let you know the name of this subdivision, and it's very suiting for what we were telling you about. A lot of people don't know about this neighborhood. It's called the Hideaway Subdivision. So kind of hidden away over here. A lot of this, when I was growing up, a lot of this was farmland. Like, just over here, there were horses and all this stuff, but some of it's been developed. But most of it, again, was 60s, 70s, 80s ranch style homes. But the Hideaway is a very cool, really disturbed, cool space that a lot of people don't know about. So definitely a place that you might want to look at if you're looking to buy here in Bend.
Okay, we are wrapping up the video of today's neighborhood tour, the Southern Crossing neighborhood here. So if you look to our left, right back there, you can almost see the smokestacks of the old mill district, but closer we have the headquarters of Deschutes Brewery. Their manufacturing and brewing facility is right behind us here, so pretty unique. Like we talked about earlier in the video, there's not a lot of residential neighborhoods. There are a few, which we showed you guys, but ultimately we're in a central location here, a lot of commercial development, a lot of businesses here, but we're right here at the river and the old mill district, so it's a very interesting area here. But hey, this is the Southern Crossing neighborhood, and this is what we wanted to show you guys today.
So we just crossed from the east side of the river to the west side of the river, and we took the bridge that is the southernmost crossing of Bend, and hence the term Southern Crossing. So if you've ever had a Muir Pond or a Black Butte Porter, they're shipped all over the world, and this is where it's all made.
This is where they're made.
This is one of the coolest businesses here in Bend. We're known for our breweries, but in this area you find all kinds of businesses, big commercial spaces, warehouses. You've got a lot of dentists and healthcare facilities in the area. You have a lot of breweries. There's a lot of industry happening in this area just west of the river from where we were earlier. There's not, in this part of Southern Crossing, there's not much housing. Just outside of here, you get over to Galveston, you get to Newport, all of those areas where you start getting more into the housing. But this area right here is very commercial, but a lot of neat businesses. Not a ton of restaurants right here. Deschutes does have a tasting room. There's a couple things just on the outskirts, but not technically in Southern Crossing here. But we hope you guys enjoyed this. Southern Crossing is a fantastic area. I would say that Hideaway neighborhood is probably my favorite. Pretty kind cool. Of like hidden little gem.
It's a great spot.
So we hope you guys enjoyed that portion. Obviously you have Woodriver Village down there that is just full of beautiful homes. You've got the Bluffs. You've got this amazing commercial area. So if you want to work close to where you live, this would be a great option for that as well. So reach out to us, guys. Schedule a Calendly meeting. We'll meet on Zoom, but you can schedule that right on Calendly on our homepage. Love to talk to you. Call us, text us, email us. All of our information is in the details below. We just love to connect with you guys. So thank you so much. We hope to see you on the next video.
Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video.